There's a house on the opposite side of the street where I hear what you tell me over the music, when no one asks if I use it. There's a place in this house, I forget why and where. If you blow out the candles, tie back your hair, you're forgiven for leaving, for lying, for scheming and buying, for breathing and dying alone. Oh, don't you go back home. Don't you dare go down on your knees to grow the streets now you grow. There's a room where your mother keeps all that you've burned. Your father in patience awaits your return. They hide it in mothballs and keep out of reach. But in the summer there's boys kissing boys by the pool, and the last day she drives you to school. I wonder if there's anything there left to teach. You were taught to stay low. Don't you go back home. Don't you dare go down on your knees to grow the streets now you grow. Forgiveness comes in many colors, but it never came in mine. See, I never could forgive how you could never stay in line. Nevertheless, let's stay in touch and peel the paint off of these signs. It's this progressive way you live, gives me regressive ways to lie. And say the bells here are broken, the bells here don't ring. She runs with a shoelace unlaced. In the spring it gets hard to forget that the children are broken, the children don't sing. The children say screw it man, fuck everything. But it's hard to not have these regrets. There's a couple that dances on couches and tables, a lady that dances with horses in stables, an old man that's tying a noose round his neck. In the attic there's an old box where all things are kept, an urn with the remnants so no one forgets. Relearn what your parents and peers all expect. They expect you stay low. Don't you go back home. Don't you dare go down on your knees to grow the streets now you grow. There's a table where Heron and Nixon have tea, with his cash accounts, critics, interns and seedless, leaveless and hopeless impressions of you. You're unable to see past the fog in the hall, relatable pictured to pigments of fall, redundantly unopened presence in truth. In truth, you should stay low. Don't you go back home. Don't you dare go down on your knees to grow the streets now you grow. Redemption came for all the others, but it never came for me. There ain't a person in this empty room that I would rather see. There ain't one word a sentence could describe the awful shit I've heard. They keep on sending me these cowards with their empty fucking words. They say the bells here are broken, the bells here don't ring. She runs with a shoelace unlaced in the spring. It gets hard to forget that the children are broken, the children don't sing. The children say screw it man, fuck everything. But it's hard to not have these regrets. In the corner there's hookers and trannies and crooks. Out there there's a poet giving blowjobs for bucks. In here we're all stacked into big fucking files. On the lawn there's a pool of what might look like blood. At the entrance a door tries to keep out the flood. In the end we're all perverts and old pedophiles, told to stay alone. Don't you go back home. Don't you dare go down on your knees. You crawl through the streets, now you've grown. It gets easy to learn how to get back inside. It gets pleasing to burn back the wallpaper skies. That room at the end there should really stay closed. But it's dark and it's cold when the windows stay shut. This here's where you dug yourself into your rut. This here's where you fuckers should all keep your clothes on and say hello. Don't you go back home. Don't you dare go down on your knees. You crawl through the streets, now you grow. Recession tore apart my brothers, and it tore apart this town. Now all these faggots and these niggers are gonna burn this fucker down. Well, all these backwards retard rednecks fuck their cousins in the woods. There must be metaphors here somewhere, somewhere in my neighborhood. They say the bells here are broken, the bells here don't ring. She runs with a shoelace unlaced in the spring. It gets hard to forget that the children are broken, the children don't sing. The children say screw it man, fuck everything. But it's hard to not have these regrets.